Random House Audio presents The Flavor Point Diet, the delicious breakthrough plan to turn off your hunger and lose the weight for good, by David L. Katz, MD, MPH, with Catherine S. Katz, PhD. This is Dr. David Katz. At some point during every eating experience, we all begin to feel full and fulfilled. When you reach that point of fulfillment, what I call the flavor point, you stop eating. If you reach the flavor point early enough, you will feel full and fulfilled on fewer calories. If you reach the flavor point too late, you overeat. How do you reach the flavor point more quickly and fill up on fewer calories? That's what the Flavor Point Diet is all about. This revolutionary diet taps into this little-known but scientifically proven fact. Flavor variety stimulates the appetite center in your brain, while flavor repetition soothes it. You can eat a variety of flavors over time, but eating too many flavors at any one time puts your brain's appetite center into overdrive. Let that sink in for a minute. It's every bit as profound, powerful, and life-changing as it is simple. To safely and permanently lose weight without being hungry, you need only organize the flavors in your meals and snacks. Don't misunderstand me, though. You don't need to give up flavors. You don't need to give up specific foods or entire categories of foods. You don't need to give up the joy of eating delicious food, and you certainly don't need to give up the convenience of easy-to-prepare foods. From breakfast cereals to snack foods to fast foods, our culinary landscape has become crowded with an overabundance of conflicting flavors that overstimulate important appetite-controlling cells in our brains, making us need more and more food to reach the flavor point. For example, many sweet breakfast cereals contain nearly as much salt as potato chips. Yes, salt. Conversely, salty snack foods often include lots of sugar. You don't always notice all of these flavors when you eat, but your brain registers their presence, triggering hunger and overeating. When you taste too many flavors at once, whether from too many different foods or too many flavors processed into one food, you overeat before feeling full. On the other hand, when you organize flavors in your diet, you feel full and satisfied on fewer calories and lose weight without feeling hungry. Quite simply, you will want to eat less. The Flavor Point Diet subdues appetite on two levels. First, it uses the powerful benefits of flavor themes to organize your eating. These themes infuse your meals with a specific flavor, such as orange or chocolate or pineapple. When you taste this flavor repeatedly throughout your day, you more quickly satisfy your brain's appetite center, so you're able to fill up on fewer calories. Second, you'll shift to a new way of eating, to the Flavor Point way of eating. You'll learn how to choose and cook delicious meals using relatively simple, wholesome, minimally processed foods that don't contain an overabundance of flavors. Over the next 6 weeks and beyond, the Flavor Point Diet will change your appetite, your weight, your appearance, your health, your relationship with food, and your life for good. The plan comprises 3 phases. Phase 1. During the first 4 weeks of the meal plan, you'll drape a flavor theme over your meals for an entire day, with every meal and snack sharing a common ingredient. On Cranberry Day, for example, you'll eat delicious cranberry banana muffins for breakfast, a salad with cranberries for lunch, cranberry and onion turkey cutlets for dinner, and cranberry vanilla frozen yogurt for dessert. On Pineapple Day, you'll have a pineapple smoothie for breakfast, pineapple walnut chicken salad for lunch, and pineapple shrimp for dinner. On Lemon Day, you'll have lemon poppy muffins for breakfast, lemon tabbouleh salad for lunch, and lemon-flavored tilapia for dinner. This subtle yet repeated exposure to the same flavors will subdue your appetite center in a delicious and powerful way. But you won't eat enough of the flavor of the day for it to feel monotonous. Your appetite center will register the flavor, and as a result, feel soothed and contented. Phase 2. As you get into the habit of choosing and preparing foods according to flavor point principles, you won't need to depend on the daily flavor themes as much to control your appetite. In other words, as your mastery increases, you'll need fewer rules. This is why during weeks 5 and 6, the meal plan includes a greater variety of daily flavors. In this phase, each meal or snack has a theme, but there's no single theme throughout the day. Thus, the flavor theme for your breakfast will not be the same as the one for your lunch, and each of those will differ from dinner. For instance, breakfast might have a lemon theme, lunch a basil theme, and dinner a tomato theme. In each meal, the flavors are subtle but effective, harmonizing the food and your appetite. Phase 3. The Flavor Point Meal Plan guides you through 6 weeks of weight loss by using flavor themes for each day during the first 4 weeks and then for each meal during weeks 5 and 6. After that, you'll be ready for Phase 3, the beginning of the rest of your life. Phase 3 is permanent, using flavor management at the level of individual foods. By this time, you'll be ready for lifelong Flavor Point success. During Phase 3, you'll continue to lose weight until you reach your goal, and then you'll keep it off. From the first day to the last on the meal plan, you will consume a perfectly balanced, healthful diet. You could stay on any phase of the meal plan forever. It's that good for you. As a physician, preventive medicine specialist, and parent, I wouldn't have it any other way. I am not a diet doctor. I am a doctor who happens to be an expert on diet nutrition. No matter how important weight loss may be to you, your overall health and that of your family is what matters most to me. As I was putting the finishing touches on the Flavor Point diet, many people asked me, somewhat skeptically, can flavor themes really subdue appetite? Am I proposing something radical? Inventing a theory? Going out on a limb? Defying my academic colleagues? Not at all. Under the scientific-sounding name, sensory-specific satiety, the Flavor Point's main concept has been appearing in the scientific literature for nearly 3 decades. It's been percolating near the surface of dietary guidance, but its full potential for weight control simply wasn't recognized until now. Although this meal plan is unique, the science is tried and true. In Chapter 1, you'll learn how millions of years of evolution have hardwired sensory-specific satiety into the appetite center of the brain of every human on the planet. If you've ever overeaten, however, you may already understand how it works. Have you ever enjoyed a delicious holiday feast and eaten until you felt stuffed? Did each bite taste slightly less delicious than the bite before, especially as you became more and more full? Did the main course eventually completely lose its appeal? At some point, did you put your hand on your stomach and groan, "I'm so full I couldn't eat another bite. What's for dessert?" Yep, you found room for dessert, didn't you? Me too. It wasn't because of that hollow leg or extra stomach that some wisecracking relative referred to. It was because of sensory-specific satiety. You had filled up on the savory flavors provided by the main dishes, but not on the sweet flavor of dessert. As you'll soon learn, each flavor we eat stimulates a different set of cells in the brain. Sweet flavors stimulate one area of the brain's appetite center, salty another, and sour yet another. Once you turn on an area of the appetite center, you must eat until those cells register fullness. If you turn on many areas at once, you must eat much more food before you feel full. Turn on just 1 or 2 areas, and you'll eat less, but feel just as satisfied. I owe a lot to the scientists who have studied sensory-specific satiety during the past several decades. As soon as I learned about it, the power of it was immediately obvious, and I began applying it to my diet and those of my patients. Although many scientists have documented this phenomenon over the years, the Flavor Point diet is the first to use sensory-specific satiety to enable long-term weight control without hunger. In my work at Yale, as well as in my private practice, I've now counseled hundreds of patients who desperately wanted to lose weight.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?